All right, let's get right to it. We've got some huge news breaking in the world of AI. Two of the absolute biggest names in technology have just revealed a partnership that is set to completely reshape the industry.
That's right. The date is February 27th, 2026, and we're getting word that two of the absolute biggest names in tech, OpenAI, the folks behind ChatGPT, and Amazon, the undisputed king of cloud computing, have just announced a massive strategic partnership.
And let's be clear, this isn't just some simple handshake deal. What we're looking at here is a multi-year alliance, a landmark tech alliance, really. It's designed to turbocharge AI innovation for pretty much everyone, from businesses to you and me.
Okay, so let's break down the headlines. First, we've got OpenAI and AWS in a multi-year strategic partnership. Second, Amazon is dropping a staggering $50 billion into OpenAI. We're also seeing new AI tools for developers and big companies. And get this, AWS is now the exclusive cloud provider for something called OpenAI Frontier. All of this adds up to a massive, and I mean massive, expansion of AI computing power. So let's start with the big one, that investment.
Right, the $50 billion investment. You gotta follow the money, and the scale of this deal is just, well, it's almost hard to wrap your head around.
So you might be asking yourself, what's the actual price tag on an alliance of this magnitude? What does it cost to bring these two giants together? $50 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. That's a 5 with 10 zeros after it. That is the colossal amount Amazon is investing in OpenAI. A number like that isn't just an investment, it's a declaration. It shows they have absolute conviction in where this partnership is headed.
And they're not just writing one giant check. Here's how the investment is structured. It kicks off with an initial $15 billion to get the ball rolling immediately. And then, in the coming months, another $35 billion will follow. So a huge upfront commitment with a whole lot more on the way.
But look, this deal is about so much more than just the money, right? It's really about building the tools that will embed AI into the very core of businesses. So, let's talk about what they're actually building. What are these new tools for enterprise AI?
All right, first up, for the developers, the people actually building the next wave of apps. They're creating something called a stateful runtime environment, and it's going to live on Amazon Bedrock, which is Amazon's platform for building with these big AI models.
Okay, stateful. That's the word that probably makes your eyes glaze over a bit, right? It sounds super technical. So what does stateful actually mean for an AI? What's the big deal?
Think of it this way. Being stateful basically gives the AI a persistent memory. It's like giving it its own desk and filing cabinet. It can remember the context of what you were working on yesterday, it can pull up old files, and it can use different software tools without forgetting what the project is. Right now, most AIs have the memory of a goldfish. They start fresh every time. This changes that completely. It's a game changer.
Okay, so that's for the developers. Now, for the big enterprises, the Fortune 500 companies. This is where OpenAI Frontier comes in. And here's the kicker. Amazon Web Services, or AWS, is now the exclusive third-party cloud provider for it. That is a huge deal.
So what exactly is OpenAI Frontier? Well, it's not just a single tool. It's a whole platform that lets companies build, deploy, and manage entire teams of AI agents. And these agents aren't just in a sandbox. They operate across real business systems. It's all built with shared context so the agents can work together, and it has the governance and enterprise-grade security that these massive companies absolutely have to have.
Okay, so you've got these incredible new tools, but to make them run, you need the engine. You need an almost unbelievable amount of raw computing power. And that brings us to the next pillar of this whole alliance. 2 gigawatts. That's the number. OpenAI is committing to use 2 gigawatts of computing capacity from AWS. Now, to put that into perspective, that's enough juice to power a major city. It's a mind-boggling amount of energy, and it's all going to be dedicated to one thing: running these incredibly sophisticated AI models.
And it really matters where this power comes from. We're not talking about just any old servers in a data center. This massive horsepower is going to be supplied by Amazon's very own purpose-built AI chips. They're called Trainium, and using custom silicon like this is key. It means everything runs faster, more efficiently, and ultimately it makes running these super complex models way more affordable. And you can see this isn't just a short-term thing, it's a whole roadmap. Right now they're using Trainium 3, but the deal already includes the next generation, Trainium 4, which starts rolling out in 2027. This basically guarantees a future-proof path for huge performance gains, making sure the hardware can keep up as the AI systems get more and more capable down the line. Okay, so let's step back for a second. You've got the $50 billion. You've got these powerful new tools. You've got the insane amount of computing power. When you put all those pieces of the puzzle together, what's the big picture? Why does this deal actually matter so much?
Here it is. The core goal, the entire point of this partnership, is to take AI from being a cool experiment and turn it into a full-scale production tool inside businesses all over the world. It's about moving AI from the R&D lab to the factory floor, to the office, to everywhere.
And you don't have to take my word for it. OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, he put it perfectly. He said, combining OpenAI's intelligence with Amazon's infrastructure and global reach helps us put powerful AI into the hands of businesses and users at real scale. That last part is key, at real scale.
So, this massive alliance leaves us with one final, crucial question. When you see two of the most powerful forces in technology joined together like this, are we seeing the dawn of AI's next industrial era? It's a big question, and the answer is probably going to shape the next chapter of our global economy.